Developing now, the final witnesses for the prosecution in the trial of George Huguely told the court where the suspect claimed to be during the time of Yardley Love's murder. The defense has also now started calling the first of what could be 50 witnesses to the stand. CBS 6's Katie Beck is live in Charlottesville with the latest testimony. Katie?
Well, Bill, before the prosecution handed this case over to the defense, they had Huguely's former friends and teammates testify about what he was saying, where he was saying he was on the night of Yardley Love's murder. They say Huguely was in fact so intoxicated that night that he spilled an entire bottle of wine at dinner. They later observed him urinating on the side of a building. And then finally, most importantly, he lied to them about where he was. A group of former UVA lacrosse players, at one time George Huguely's closest friends, took the stand Wednesday describing a false story Huguely had told them about where he was on the night of Love's death. Former player Ken Clausen, who also identified himself as a best friend of Yardley Love's, said Huguely had disappeared from his own apartment where teammates were drinking around midnight. When Huguely returned, he told his friends he'd been visiting two other lacrosse players, one of whom was drunk. Clausen says he would later learn Huguely saw neither of the men and that the one referenced as drunk had been in fact in his own bedroom for several hours working on a paper. It was clear he was lying about where he was, Clausen said, and there was no reason to lie about something like that. Clausen says he confronted George after seeing him sit blank-faced and disturbed on the couch. "George, what's wrong with you?" He said he asked twice more and got no response. The prosecution also brought up the fact that Huguely had reached out to 3 different female acquaintances in the hours leading up to Love's death, asking one if she had a boyfriend, and another was contacted after midnight. Now on the stand now is the defense witness that will describe brain injuries, the interpretation of what he believes Yardley Love's brain injuries are. This expert is saying that he does not believe blunt force trauma was definitively the cause of Yardley Love's brain damage, and he says he does not believe that her brain damage was fatal. Now the defense has a hefty list of witnesses, about 50 people, so it does look likely that this trial will be headed into next week. We're going to have continuing coverage, so be sure to stay with us here on CBS 6 News. I'm live in Charlottesville tonight. Katie Beck for CBS 6 News. I'll send it back to you guys.
To our blog and read in-depth and previous stories by visiting our website on WTVR.com.